I'm gonna discuss a situation I've been having with my phone and the car, and let's go over the basics of it. Now, my phone is a Galaxy S4. It's very old, and I've been using it with my car since I've gotten it. And when I first got the car, the way I played music was basically the USB drive most of the time, and when I add new stuff, I add it to my phone first so I can listen to it, make sure it sounds good and I don't need to get a better version, and then I add it to my USB drive. Now, the problem I've had with my phone is if I'm just using Waze and not using anything else, sometimes the phone will get really, really hot. And I'm not sure whether that's the reason why it disconnects from Bluetooth or not. Now, the car itself is doing a whole bunch of Bluetooth protocols. It's doing both voice, the controls on the left side of the steering wheel, which is answering voice commands, and then volume up and down, and then changing track. So it's doing all kinds of Bluetooth all at once. And so I imagine that Bluetooth, GPS, all those things all at the same time conflict to the point where it's like, oh, me as a phone, I can't do all this at the same time, so I'm gonna drop the Bluetooth. And it does it a lot. But I've started to notice when it does it and when it doesn't do it. When it does do it, it's guaranteed if I'm running power amp, and I have a feature where, well, within power amp, you can set it to always stay on. Now, I have that running, then I have Profiler running, and it's set to 10 minutes because that's the maximum time that Samsung allows their phone to stay always on. So, Bluetooth disconnects when always on happens, and it always seems to happen around 10 minutes in. Now sometimes it happens in a minute, sometimes it happens in 2 minutes as well, and I can't quite narrow it down in my mind or in my experiments whether it's the phone, whether it's the car. But for a fact, when I have my Bluetooth headset, it doesn't happen. And my Bluetooth headset does almost around the same amount of stuff that the car is doing. Except I don't run GPS ever with my Bluetooth headset. Well, at least not for that long a period of time. The longest I'm running my Bluetooth headset is going into the store to get some things. So that's easily less than 20 minutes, because I don't take forever. So I also wonder who else out there has had this problem with their phone in their car. I'm trying to figure out whether it's a Android problem, a always on problem, a Profiler problem, a power amp problem, excuse me. I'm just trying to narrow it down to see exactly what it is that's causing the phone to disconnect from the car. And in my experiments, I've also turned off Profiler and only ran power amp and GPS, and it also happened. I've tried plugging in the phone charging and then not plugging in the phone charging, and it still happens. So if anyone out there's got the perfect solution, aside from me getting a new phone, because yeah, I am not able to do that at the moment. But eventually. I know what kind of phone I'm looking into. Anyway, let me know. Talk to y'all later. Peace. Alright, I'm gonna try and make a list of all the problems I've had between my phone and the car for this video. Alright, one, is the glitch where it'll be playing one song here on the phone, but then it won't display the right information on the DIN. Another is sometimes I have power amp set up where it does not autoplay for any reason. If I plug in a headset, it won't autoplay. If I hook up something Bluetooth, it won't autoplay. Under any circumstances, it will not autoplay anything. And sometimes the car, or it has to be the car. Sometimes the car makes power amp start playing a song and then stop and then start and then stop and then start and then stop. And it does it repeatedly. And it's quite annoying because sometimes I'll be in the middle of listening to a song and I'll be like, okay, I'll carry this song on when I get back to it later, and it'll be on a totally different song. I'm like, not this again. And that's a waste of battery power, of course. Let's see what else. Of course, the disconnecting and reconnecting via Bluetooth, which when it happens a lot now. So sometimes I'll just drive and it won't happen at all, but it'll still do the power amp. It'll start playing and it'll stop playing. But the Bluetooth thing, when it happens, it'll connect for like a minute and then it'll disconnect. It'll connect, then it'll disconnect. Then it'll connect, then it'll disconnect. Let's see what else we got. What other problems have I had with this phone? I might as well mention the battery. If I think it has more to do with what you call it, with the wireless charging thing I have, and I think it if I leave it on the wireless charging thing overnight, it'll bloat the battery a whole lot. And so I was doing it all the time until the point where I was just like, okay, the back thing's not fitting properly and the screen's bent. Well, you can't see my hand right now, but convex instead of concave. So that's another issue. If only I had enough money to just get a G4, or I can wait and get the Motorola style. Yeah, both of those have SD card slots because I need the storage because I put all my music on here. I'm tired. I need to go in the house and eat some food. I'm hungry. Just finished eating. Talk to y'all later.